Recently, Pixonic released major balance changes that will affect everyone in this upcoming 9.4 update in War Robots. But quickly before we get started, if you want to support the channel, here's a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by School of Chaos, an online multiplayer adventure game where you can battle against players from across the world and rise to the top of the leaderboard. Participate in clan battles and fights against other clans to show who dominates in the clan world. Customize your character with a vast range of weapons and gear. Be a part of a player-driven economy and be the richest player known. Fight against boss battles and other NPCs to get amazing items that you can craft, and so much more content that's waiting for you to try out that'll keep you hooked up for hours on end. So what are you waiting for? Download now and join School of Chaos today. First off, the Reaper Crisis setup. In my opinion, this setup is not getting nerfed at all. Just take a look at this. The Crisis robot itself, the ability, is getting nerfed by 1.3 times to 1.2 times the damage in the Overpower ability, and the Reaper weapon is just getting its reload time increased by 4 seconds from 8 to 12 seconds. The damage remains the same. Not surprising from Pixonic. Second off, the Rook Titan and the two popular Rook setups that everyone uses are somewhat getting nerfed. Take a look. The Rook itself is getting majorly nerfed by its shield replacement ability getting increased by 14 to 16 seconds. Time to teleport in new shields gets increased from 4 to 6 seconds. And lastly, its shield durability is getting decreased by 15%. Not even Nessa rigs can help the Rook stop these nerfs from taking effect. While Oxy and Argon are getting its shot interval increased by 0.09 to 0.15 seconds, which means the speed of shots is getting increased. But for the Evora and Veyron, these weapons are getting the amount of particles per shot reduced from 3 to 2, particle dispersion increased by 14%, and the damage increased by 10%. So how do you guys feel about the Rook Titan and its popular setups and the Reaper Crisis setup getting these changes? Let's take a look and see what other changes are happening with robots. The Lynx, Nether, and Seraph are all getting nerfs. In my opinion, the abilities getting nerfed and buffed. For these robots, it's alright and fair, you can say. But the force field durability getting nerfed by so much is definitely an overkill. Just seeing these numbers alone, you can already tell Pixonic really wants to kill these force field robots, especially the Seraph, because its durability is getting decreased by 15%. Plus, previously, the Seraph got so many nerfs recently, sadly. So, what do you guys think? Next, both the Angler and Mars are getting its speed nerfs from their abilities. While the Angler is getting its durability increased by 15%, sadly, the Mars loses yet again more durability from its LG shield and durability. This is just funny and sad, man. Like, honestly, they just don't want us to use these robots anymore. Like, how many nerfs has the Angler and Mars have, gotten so far this year? Like, I'm pretty sure it's like more than 3, 4, probably 5 times or more. Like, sheesh, man. Lastly, for the robot changes, let's finish it off with some good news. The Leech, Demeter, Revenant, the legendary El June, and Phantom are all getting buffed in their own separate ways, which is pretty amazing to see. Hopefully they continue buffing the AO June. I would like to see that robot make a major comeback in the near future. Up next, let's take a look and see what changes are happening with weapons now. The Nito, Spike, and Stake weapons are getting its shot speed lowered by 0.75 to 1.2 seconds, and their LG shield durability is getting increased by 20%. What this means is basically getting a bit of trade-off in order for you to get more LG shield, which is not bad, but you know, it could be worse, I would say. The Taisha, Yeoji, and Hwanji laser weapons are getting its damage reduced by 30%. It looks like the damage they got last time in the previous balance changes for update 9.2, they just didn't like that and wanted to kill the weapon even more. And surprisingly, their weapon range is getting increased from 800 meters to 1,100 meters. Even though these weapons may not be strong anymore after these balance changes take effect in update 9.4, they could still be annoying to deal with due to Arnold and due to its increased range now. The Spear is getting nerfed yet again with its damage multiplier from the second and third shots. The Fainter is getting its reload time per shot increased by 2 to 3 seconds. That's not good, and it's not good with the Mars either, man. They just want to nerf any setup that the Mars has. Cujo is getting its damage decreased by 5%. Due to the Glory Link setup, the Glory is now getting nerfed in particles per shot, which I think that means less bullets will show up for the shotgun per shot. That could mean it might do less damage, perhaps? I'm not too sure about that one. Please let me know in the comments below. Lastly, for the weapon changes, let's finish it off with some good news yet again. The Snare, Scotty, Hell, Sting, Volt, Scourge, Shock Train, Exodus, Rhyme, Cryo, and Glacier are all getting buffed in their own separate ways, as you can see, which this is pretty amazing, and I think people might now start to use the Snare, Scotty, and Hell weapons again due to them previously getting a huge damage buff in update 8.7, and now their ammo capacity is getting increased in this upcoming 9.4 update. What do you guys think? Second to last, let's take a look and see what other changes are happening with Titans and Titan weapons. The Luchador is sadly getting nerfed in its abilities, as you can see, which this is pretty bad for a Titan that's extremely used in the game right now. Like, instead of the Luchador being a huge Giga Chad, the Luchador will now be a sitting duck for the Newton to use its levitation ability just to kill it off, because it doesn't have its abilities anymore at their current time. The Indra is surprisingly getting buffed. Like, yes, its ability cooldown is getting decreased by 2 seconds, but those 2 seconds you lose will be traded off in your ability duration, which means you will now have more seconds to be immune from taking any damage, which that's extremely huge for the Indra, and I think people will now switch from the Luchador or Rook and become an Indra player. Lastly, for the Titan and weapon changes, let's finish it off with some good news yet again. Sirius, Hamdial, Cyclone, Cataclysm, and Striker are all getting buffed in their own separate ways, as you can see, but I don't think the Sirius will have a huge impact just yet. It's just not strong enough to make major changes in the current meta after these nerfs and buffs take effect. While for the Hamdial, I think you might start seeing a few people actually start running that Titan again, but who knows? What do you guys think? Lastly, let's take a look and see what changes are happening with drones now. Kestrel, Armadillo, Reviver, Beak, and Paralysis are all getting nerfed in their bonuses that they give, which this is honestly pretty surprising that drones are even getting nerfed as well in these major balance changes that are upcoming in this 9.4 update. Like, I just feel bad for the people that spend tons of money or grinded for a whole month just to make one upgrade, and in order for you to get those microchips and Dorito chips for you to make those drone upgrades, just for Pixonic to nerf them pretty heavily. Apart from that, let's finish it off with some good news as always for the drones. Daldoki, Ferrosiphone, Barrow, and Glider are all getting buffed in their bonuses that they give you. I don't think many people use these drones, I think. Like, maybe Daldoki for a long range setup, or Glider if you use phase shift in your setups, but other than that, I honestly think that's it. I know we got a free barrel drone whenever microchips became a thing in the game, so maybe you can give it a test run and see what's up and see if you like it or not. But anyways, on that note, what do you guys think about these major balance changes that Pixonic is doing for this upcoming 9.4 update on War Robots? Do you guys like it or dislike it? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, if you guys haven't already, don't forget to join my Discord server, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to your channel, and click on bell notifications to stay notified. And see you guys in the next War Robots video or live stream. Bye bye.